Hey you guys, it's me, Cosmic Tea, spilling the Cosmic Tea. It is November the 4th, 2018. I'm not doing a tarot card reading today. I'm just spilling some twin flame info. If you can relate, great. If not, understandable. So let me give you guys some background. I am a twin flame. I'm the divine feminine part of the twin flame. I understand different levels of the twin flame journey. So I understand the 3D level, like it's a relationship, about self-love, love, unconditional love, to raise the vibration of the earth. Then I understand it on a different level, another level of we are a 5-dimensional being that came down to the 3 dimension to complete a mission. Our mission is to clear certain bloodlines and to raise the vibration of the earth. Right? And we're fighting for the side of light. That's my general understanding of levels of it. And so I listened to Aluna Ash. Shout out to Aluna Ash. Earlier today, she had just posted something about the energy dates. Like energy, a rainbow wave was coming through for November 4th to the 7th, up into the new moon. And it was the day before November the 3rd. So I've noticed that with her messages, I feel the effects, I feel the symptoms or whatever it is the days before, like 2 days before. So I wasn't really tripping. I was cooking in the kitchen, and I was listening to a tarot card reader, and all of a sudden I felt like a tap on my shoulder, like a flash of memories, and an overwhelming of emotion, of guilt, of upset, of anguish, of feeling guilty for not letting somebody know that I loved them the way that I did. And it was funny because it wasn't my life, it wasn't my love, this wasn't mine. I'm a very, not only am I a twin flame, I'm an empath, so I can feel energy ahead of time, and I'm really trying to tune into that. So in any case, it was actually my uncle who had died, my Uncle Fred, rest in power, Uncle Fred. It was his life, right? Like, and it was his guilt. And it was funny because I started to cry. And I was cooking, I was chilling, my family was chilling. I was chilling. I was cooking, making a cool little vegetarian pita, and start crying, bawling. Went to the bathroom, wiped my face, processed it, and just realized that it was my uncle. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my life. So I never really understood, right? So I grew up in a single family home. It was me and my 3 sisters, single family home. But I had an uncle, my mom's favorite brother. I had an uncle who lived a city away, who played a major role in our lives growing up, came to every birthday, made sure we all had birthday gifts. Like if it was my birthday, I would get the main of birthday gifts, but my sisters would get a gift too, right? So if it was their birthday, they would get the main things of gifts, but we would get a gift too, right? Like he was that type of an uncle. Every Easter, he would go fishing, and my mom would cook. You know, my family's from the South, so he would go fishing, they would go fishing, come back and cook the fish, you know, get us Easter baskets, Christmas, ham. He never missed one. Never. Him and my mom were dumb close. And grew up, time went by, we spent Christmases and holidays together. It was my mother, my grandmother, and my uncle. That was my cousins growing up. That was my family growing up, right? So we would always go to his house. He had a dope-ass house. He had hella money. He had multiple properties. He was like a lawyer or some shit. When he retired, he was hella like dumb rich, right? But he was hella cheap, which is probably how he was dumb rich. Anyways, well, growing up, because my mother had a relationship with him, it was really weird, right? It was really weird as a kid growing up in the mix of this, because it was literally just like being a sponge. Like, my mom would tell me the stories, her view of my uncle, right? And then my uncle's wife, he was married to this lady, right? My grandma did not like her, right? My Aunt Maggie, shout out to my Aunt Maggie. She's also deceased. And so I mean, no disrespect on the dead. I'm just telling it how my view, my opinion. I don't think my uncle, my aunt, my grandmother, they're all dead. I don't think any of them, would be upset with how I'm telling this, because it's my truth. So, anyways, I was growing up. We always go to my uncle's house. He had money. He had dough, and my mom and my uncle were close. My mom and my grandmother were close. All three of them were close. My grandmother was super dumb religious, right? So religious. And she used to take us, me, my mom's kids, to Sunday school every fucking Sunday, my nigga. We was there all church, second church, Halloween, Christmas, Easter. We always spent our time there. That's how religious my grandmother was. So my uncle, being from the South, he got with this. This is my mom telling my story about my uncle. This is how she used to tell me. Your uncle, he liked thick females. He likes boobies, right? So he was a jazz musician playing, and he read it to your Aunt Maggie. She had nice boobs. Whoop, whoop. They linked up. Whoop, whoop. She said she was pregnant. He stayed because we're from the South. Your grandma's religious. If you knocked her up, you got to stay with her type thing. So he stayed. Right, but shortly after, he ran into this lady named Gwen, who he was so in love with. He was madly in love with. But again, I guess Maggie got pregnant again, and so he didn't leave. He stayed, right? Because his version. My mom would always laugh. That's how I remember this. She was always like, it was cheaper to keep her, right? Instead of paying child support and all that other stuff, it was just cheaper to keep her. So my uncle stayed. And he never went with Gwen, but he was always in love with Gwen. So much so my mother's name was Gwen. And he would send my mother to send cards and notes to her right throughout the years. And fast forward. I get older. Right? My aunt is cool. She's cool with me. But, like, she's a beast to everybody else in my family, right? She's a beast. She mean. She ain't fucking with him. She's shady. She's sneaky. But she always been cool with me. I ain't never had no problems with my aunt. I ain't never had no problems with my uncle. Right? But in our family, my aunt was, like, some other ass. Because she had kids outside the marriage. She was just the snake or whatever. And so, fast forward, I got along with their kids. I got along with everybody. I never really not got along with nobody, but I saw everybody for who they were. That was always the interesting thing. Even though I could see for them for who they were, they still interacted with me. Now, amongst my family, the older crew, they didn't really get along with each other, but I saw everybody for exactly who they were, and they showed me, and that was it. Right? So fast forward. My uncle dies. When my uncle dies, my aunt and her kids start wilding. Now, my uncle's not perfect. He had another set of kids outside of his marriage. Right? Now, I'm cool with them, too. I don't have problems with nobody. My uncle dies. There's a will. All of a sudden, there's not a will. Why? Everybody's trying to fight for the money. All my mom wants was the fucking trumpet that he used to play. My mom spazzes out, right? Totally kind of like has a family meltdown because her brother is dead. She can't find his shit. She moves. My uncle's dead. My cousins are wilding over money. My cousins who he had outside of the relationship, Shanta and Pooh, they cool as fuck. They're heartbroken and depressed, right? They lost family, what they thought was family. They lost real family, what they thought was family, and you know, like that. And it's funny because I get to see all these people, all these perspectives, all these views, and I never really tripped. I just thought everybody just liked me, like, so that's why I didn't have beef with nobody like that. Like, I got to see everybody's my mom, his outside family kids, his actual kids, kids that he claimed that was his kids, that wasn't his kids, his views, Maggie's views, my grandmother's views. Everybody but Gwen's, the woman he loved. That was the only view I never got to see. So after he died, everybody started wilding out. But I'm still cool with my cousin. I'm trying to like lightweight make shit cool. Getting this shit I don't really want to. Trying to play the family hero, and I was just like, that's not a good idea. Alright, so I'm backing up out of it. As I'm backing up out of it, my Aunt Maggie dies. My grandmother died before my Uncle Fred died. My Uncle Fred dies, my Aunt Maggie dies. Now the family's really wilding out. Right, but I'm distancing myself because I think everybody's fucking loco. Everybody, my nigga. Everybody. A whole group is dysfunctional. Ain't nobody coming together, consoling nobody. Everybody's pushing each other away. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh. I know my grandmother and my uncle are in heaven just wilding out, right? And so, I've always felt like my grandmother's been with me. It's funny because me and my grandmother are not necessarily close. She used to always drag me, but I was always that grandkid that was like hella fucking crazy, wild, done. Just did what she wanted to do. And I did the church thing, but I did it like wildly, right? So I always felt like when my grandmother passed, she was with me, and the way she showed me she was with me, her favorite flower was calla lilies. And so everywhere I go, when she's trying to get my attention, I'll see calla lilies all over the place. All right. So when my uncle passed, it was really funny. I became really financially driven, really financially savvy. And I always felt like that was my uncle being around me. And it was funny because me and my uncle were not necessarily close until I got older and I started to go to him for like fatherly advice. And I realized like he was more like a father. But by the time I realized that he was more like a father, he died. It was too late. Right? So that was always my regret, is that I didn't cherish him more when he was alive, because he was definitely more like a father than an uncle to me. And so, mind you, I'm saying everybody's perspective. I got my own perspective. All these people are dead. I go on my twin flame journey probably before this, but I really woke up to it October 1st, 2017. And ever since then, it's been a crazy, crazy roller coaster. So, fast forward to today. As I'm in the kitchen, I feel my uncle's guilt. I feel his embarrassment. I feel his shame. I feel his love for this woman. And mind you, I have everybody's perspective. Except for Gwen's. Gwen is the woman that he was in love with. And I realized that in my twin flame journey, I'm Gwen. my masculine is in a karmic relationship, and he tries not to talk bad about it, but when he can't help it, when I can feel it on him, I can tell it's a really bad relationship. It really takes him out of his character, and it just was very shocking. And I'm trying not to think of it. It's really hard to process. It's really, I won't even say creepy. It's not creepy, but it's just really hard to process. And I think one of the reasons the download came to me like that was because I got to a point where I was like, I know that I can do this twin flame journey alone, and I don't necessarily want to. I'll take the backup. Let's go. Like, I'm just ready. I just don't want to be bothered with my twin no more. If they come with anything extra, I just really don't want to be bothered. And I just really don't want to do this. It's just too much. And I really don't. Especially if he has another kid, I just really don't. I don't want to do that to baby mamas. I've already done that. I mean, I just don't want to do that. I've been in a relationship with 2 baby mamas, and it's just a handful, and I'm just not with it. And if this is the case again, I just was like, nope, no more kids. I'm done with this kid thing. Right. And I just was like, I exercised my free will. I want to be done. And I feel like that's why I got the download the way I did, because I really love my uncle, and I really wish I was more receptive of the relationship that he was trying to have with me. I just didn't understand it. And now I understand it. And I understand what his life was like, because he chose money over love. I know what it's like. Right? And I know that if I don't succeed in this mission, that your bloodline just keeps playing it out, and they're trying to fix it, and they're trying to play it out, and until then, everybody suffers. Like everybody born into the family, everybody married into the family, we all suffer. It's just and it just takes 2 people to fix it. The masculine to choose love, self-love over money and 3D goods, and the feminine to choose self-love over love, or unrequited love, or the illusion of, or at least that's my understanding of it. And it's stuff like this that I can't tell. Who am I going to tell this? Who am I going to tell this to? Right? Because I'm the only one who sees all the pieces. Does that make sense? I see all the pieces now. I never understood why I never saw Gwen's piece. I got to see my uncles, my aunts, my cousins, my moms, my grandmothers, my sisters, mine, my uncles. But I never saw Gwen's. And I grew up to be Gwen. And now I can see Gwen's point of view. And now I have to act accordingly. Right? This rainbow wave is something else. Well, that's just my twin flame cosmic tea. I thought it would be therapeutic for me to share, so how I have nobody else to share this twin flame craziness with. And maybe, hopefully, it'll help somebody else too. Maybe you can look back at your bloodline and figure out what's going on. Now it's got me researching though my grandmother's last name, which means blessed, and then my masculine's last name, surname, which means the heir of I think. So yeah, hopefully it helps somebody. Hopefully this cosmic tea was piping hot, because for me it was definitely piping hot, therapeutic in its emotion. I definitely will journal about it. I'm looking forward to this new moon. This should be very interesting with this rainbow wave that's coming in. Take me a nice bath, spiritual bath. Right. Use my crystals. So, everybody, have a good one. Protect yourselves. Pray over your loved ones. Hopefully this cosmic tea was piping hot. Until then, until next time, have a good one.